When I was 16 years old, I suffered a freak accident while playing basketball. I lost a finger. Now, being so young, my self-image shook. My esteem plummeted. Up until that point of my life, it was the most significant event I had experienced. But it paled in comparison to what came next. Several months after my accident, my sister, who was a proud United States Marine, tragically lost her life in a car accident that took place on her base. She was only 20 years old. As if that weren't enough, just a few weeks after my sister's death, my mother, who took my sister's loss quite hard, suffered a massive heart attack, and she died. She was only 40 years old. I felt as though my heart was ripped from my chest, not once, but twice. I spent the next 4 years of my life trapped in a cycle of destructive behavior, and I convinced myself that I did as I did because of the pain that I had endured. I was wrong, and it almost cost me everything. Each of us faces a unique set of life challenges. For some, it might be the loss of a loved one, a debilitating injury or illness. For others, a fractured relationship or a failure at work or at school. These events mark us in significant ways. But there's an even greater and more difficult to recognize danger. That's the internal obstacles that we create based on how we react, respond, and interpret those events. While I was in college reeling after the loss of my finger and my sister and my mother, I came across a quotation that saved my life. Thousands of years ago, the Greek philosopher Epictetus wrote, "People are not disturbed by things. They're disturbed by the view they take of things." So ultimately, my issue wasn't so much the pain that I had endured, but rather how my reaction to that pain got in the way of my forward progress. See, that's the bad news, because without being aware, we can waste a lot of time and valuable energy focusing on events that are outside of our control and that aren't even the true source of our distress. Ironically, that's also the good news, because equipped with the proper tools, we can learn to identify and dismantle those internal obstacles. At some point in your life, you're bound to experience a life-altering event that threatens to derail your forward progress. Miraculously, when we're able to shift our attention away from external events outside of our control and focus on the internal obstacles, 3 transformative results can occur. First, we begin to unearth great resources we never knew we had. Second, we begin to overcome great challenges we never thought we could. And third, we begin to unleash great potential we never knew we had access to. All this and more is possible when we get out of our own way. My name is Dr. Joel Nunez. I'm a clinical psychologist, an author, a speaker, and educator, and my passion is to help people get out of their own way. Are you ready?